Breaking the wall of self-driving cars. Justyna Zander, Ferrara Technologies, USA.
Hi, I hope you enjoyed the cake. I want to start with a personal story. I met a guy a couple of months ago. He's blind. And he told me his wisdom. Just because a man lacks the use of his eyes, it doesn't mean he lacks the vision. I really like that. And so I asked him, what is the biggest challenge that you have to overcome every day? And he said, you know what? I would like to get around. I just dream about getting around with a car without worrying about the drivers and so on. So I looked into the statistics, and it turns out there is 285 million people who are visually impaired in the world. And if you compare it with the number of cars in the world, we have about 1.2 billion cars and almost as many driver's licenses. So theoretically, the visually impaired could get around because they could take a ride. But the 90% of the visually impaired are living in low-income settings. So what do we do about it? We actually became really, really good, especially in Germany, with designing the advanced driver assistance system so that the cars are targeting the autonomous cars industry. And then there are other countries where we build machine learning. We use machine learning algorithms to build the self-driving cars so that the car is aware of the infrastructure of other cars around us. And it's getting really dicey and science fiction. The technology is there. We invest into the self-driving cars about 10 billion euro a year nowadays. It's going to be about 50 billion euro in 2020. That's the prediction. But there is one thing beyond the self-driving cars that we don't talk about. It's the safety. And in safety, we already now invest more than in building the self-driving cars technology itself. And in 2020, it's going to be something like 33 billion euro a year. So all those fancy cars from various manufacturers, they have to align together so that autonomous fleet of cars is arranged. And what I am working on for multiple years now, I'm building intrinsic safety software into the cars. And I've been doing this very systematically and incrementally. But in the recent months, I came across a different idea, that there is actually a breakthrough that we should be thinking about, the disruptive idea about the safety, that we need new safety standards and policies that go beyond the ISO 26262 standard that is currently the standard for the cars, because we have to account for the convergence of technologies in autonomous transportation. And it is really not about us, ladies and gentlemen. It's much more about the visually impaired, socially impaired, or whatever people have problems with. Thank you.